Hey guys, this is Matt with your training committee. We are going to be talking about the new Lowe's that it's about to open up in Ford's First Due area. We're going to compare Lowe's to the Home Depot. So there is quite a bit of similarities between the Lowe's and the Home Depots, but there's also a few changes that you need to know. Hopefully you've been out to Home Depot and have taken a look around and understand the construction of Home Depot and where the FDCs and the gas going into Home Depot is. But we're going to compare that to Lowe's. So I have a couple poorly drawn pictures for you to go over with you. We're going to go ahead and start with Home Depot first. All right, so here on my terrible drawing, you can see that the big pillars or beams are running east to west, and the open web trusses are going north to south. We could also call these purlins. It is going to be different than the new Lowe's that is under construction. They don't have these big beams that are spanning from east to west with the purlins going north to south. Here, another wonderful drawing that I made. We have different sizes of open web truss that are running north to south only. So the difference between these trusses is the gauge and the diameter of the steel itself. So we have 3 or 4 smaller open web steel trusses, and then we have very large open web trusses that are most likely holding the weight of the rooftop units, or FTUs. So where the FTUs are is most likely going to be the very, very large open web trusses, and then nearby them are going to be the smaller open web trusses. Now, on top of all the open web trusses in Lowe's, we're going to have B-deck. B-deck is an underlayment or a metal, corrugated metal that is put directly over the open web trussing. And then on top of that B-deck, they actually put 2 feet of foam, which is going to be the insulation for Lowe's. The difference between Lowe's and Home Depot is Home Depot uses a batting that is placed up underneath or between the purlins, and it's held up kind of like with a mesh and nails. This is their going to be insulation, where it differs than Lowe's. So on Home Depot, we actually have, as you can see, we actually have skylights. So if you walk into Walmart, Lowe's, and Fry's, you will see that you see the B-deck and then a number of different ways that that B-deck is being held up. They have skylights. Safeway, Sprouts, and now the new Lowe's, they don't have skylights. The new Lowe's is steel plus, like I said, 2 feet of foam and then a plastering over top of that. We're not going to be able to cut that. So as you can see on our wonderful drawings, there are some other changes to Lowe's. So Lowe's, compared to Home Depot, the FDC for Home Depot is in the rear of the structure. In addition to the gas going into Home Depot is in the rear of the structure. That's different than Lowe's. Lowe's, we do have gas going into the facility in the rear, or Charlie's side, but our FDC is actually on the Alpha side, right next to one of the main entrances. Plus, our Knox box key is there next to that entrance. And I'll show you a picture of that. All right, so let's go with the ECAN. We just talked about ECAN in an earlier module, and now we're going to use ECAN on this Lowe's. So E is for evaluate. Understand it's a steel flat roof that has a lot of FTUs, or rooftop units, causing a heavy load on that roof. We also have to make a decision if this roof is tenable. Can we get on this roof? Do we want to get on this roof, or have people working underneath it? So that would be evaluate. What do we have on the roof? What do we see? So construction, C. We know that this is a steel roof. It is held up by open web trusses with B-deck and then foam on top. we know that we're not going to be able to ventilate this steel structure. That's construction. Actions. We're not going to be able to horizontally ventilate on this steel structure, steel roof structure. So we're going to have to figure out another way to ventilate this structure. Needs. What kind of needs do you have to ventilate this structure? We can't horizontally ventilate this. We can't cut this roof. So we're going to need to get every single fan off every single truck to try to horizontally ventilate this structure. Navigate. We don't really have to navigate on top of the roof. We are not getting on this roof because we are not going to be horizontally ventilating this roof. Now, on the flip side, let's go ahead and do Home Depot. Home Depot is going to be built a little bit different, and we understand there's going to be a little bit of changes to our tactiles. Again, evaluation. We look at the roof. We know that it's a flat steel roof. It also has very large FTUs on it, having a very large roof load on this. But we do see that we have skylights. So that is our evaluation. Construction, C, it does have large beams with open web trussing that are acting like purlins that are holding up that B deck. Our evaluation, if it's tenable, we are going to actually get on the roof so that we can vertical ventilate through the skylights. So needs, what kind of needs do we need? Well, we understand through the construction on Home Depot, there's actually pull tabs that open up like clamshells. But we're going to make sure that we take our saws with us too. So we're going to take our chainsaws and our K12 just in case that those pull tabs don't work. But another need is, do we need another ladder truck? Do we need another crew up there popping these clamshells? So maybe your need is another ladder crew up there helping you ventilate. Where is the fire? Can we communicate with command and or the interior crews to figure out what skylight is going to be most appropriate, or which multiple skylights can we open up? So we need to navigate from the Charlie side of the building, if we choose, to whatever is the most appropriate skylights. That would be navigate. So E can. E, we're going to evaluate. C is construction. A is what kind of actions that you want to do, hence opening up the skylights. One of the N's is needs. What kind of needs do you have? Do you need another crew? And then the other N is going to be navigate. How to navigate to this, in this case, to the skylights and then back to your ladder. So that's ECAN used on Home Depot and Lowe's. All right, guys. So I know that this went really fast. I have some wonderful drawings that I have presented to you because my drawing skills are amazing. But I just wanted to give you some of the similarities, but yet some of the differences between Home Depot and also the new Lowe's that's about to open up in Forest First Due. All right, guys. Have a good day. Bye-bye.